When it's on basic, Jonesy and Wallace. What to do? Get your head ready instead of getting physically sweaty. When I get mad, I put it down the path. Give you something that's never had. Controlling, fear, high rolling. God bless your soul and keep living. Living now, keeping it loud, dropping a bomb, brain game, intellectual Vietnam. Move as a team, never move alone. Welcome to the Terror Dome.
It's Virginia's Elite Solar Realtor. It's your boy Dean. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Rolle Estate. You could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, just hit the buttons, all right? I want y'all to just come back and watch these videos. Y'all know I do solar, I do real estate, but this video ain't about me. This video is about him. I got a highly requested individuals in the car today. I got Mr. Dwayne Jenkins, Mr. Credit Kwon himself. Y'all know this guy. Y'all seen him on social media. One of the top 5 funniest people on my timeline.
Oh man, you know some more friends.
Nah. This is the sensei of credit. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a very simple question, Mr. Jenkins. Without giving me like the technical term.
Sure.
What is credit?
Credit is your ability to get something you want done with someone else's resources.
People buy houses all the time.
Yes.
99% of people need credit to purchase a house. I'm 32 years old. I grew up in a household, both my parents are from the West Indies, so we kind of had the mindset of if you can't afford, don't buy it. But with that being said, my father instilled in me at a young age, don't get in the habit of just running up credit cards because you'll get in a situation that you can't get out of.
Right.
And I actually correlated that with joining the military. It sounds bad, but my dad used to always tell me stories about people he knew who got in credit trouble and they joined the military to get out of credit trouble.
He won it up, you're approved.
I'm just saying, when I got my first bank account, I actually cut up my debit card because I was terrified of using cards.
Wow.
And that's how it was instilled in me, you know, as a kid. When you get to a certain level though in your life, you understand quickly that your cash is only gonna get you but so far. You have to start using other people's money.
Very much so.
Credit comes into play.
Absolutely.
And I feel as though a lot of people in my demographic really don't understand how credit works. I feel as though a majority of what I learned about credit was from what other people told me, but I didn't know a place I can go to really understand how credit works.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how did you become so passionate about helping people with their credit?
I had to learn the hard way. I grew up a little bit differently than you, where I thought a credit card was a gift card.
Okay.
I mean, hell, they look the same. They both say Visa, don't they?
You swipe the same way.
You swipe. You know, when I grew up, you know, and I wanted something, and my mom said she didn't have the money, I said, well, Mom, write a check. You know, write a check. So we kind of grew up where there was a focus on having nice things and honestly not wanting to wait for them. As you said, you know, cash can only take you but so far.
Correct.
And you know, I got to a point where the job I had played out and I still was trying to maintain this lifestyle. And then I dug myself in a hole, and when I dug myself out, I realized, man, this might be something that other people need, and this might be a service I could provide that I Woo! Okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's something that I wanted to do for people that I feel passionate about, right? Because we don't get that education that we need about credit.
Very
so
true.
I want to fill that gap with my service, and that's what our company's here to do. We want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to get to the pond to drink. Now, whether we can't force them to drink,
Can't force anybody to drink.
but we want everybody to have the equal opportunity to be successful.
How long have you actually been servicing clients on a credit platform? How long have you been doing this?
10 years.
10 years.
10th year, yeah.
So without giving me any specifics,
Sure.
what's the biggest success story you have had in your career in regards to a single person and their credit history and getting them to a point of accomplishment?
Oh, this best story ever. That's too easy.
Okay.
It was a home.
Okay.
It was COVID.
Okay.
You're talking about a single mom with 5 kids.
Okay.
One of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life.
She sounds like it. I don't even know her.
Absolutely. And you know, with 5 kids, you can't find an apartment that's going to fit all those bodies in
Very
there.
true.
So
Very
we're talking about renting a house, right?
Very true.
So what happened during COVID? Real estate turned crazy, and landlords are trying to sell to reap those benefits, right? So every time she found a rental, it got sold underneath her to the point where she ended up in a hotel.
Okay.
Already had a terrible experience with another credit repair company.
Okay.
So it took a lot of convincing to give her the ability to trust us. long story short, this woman did everything we asked her to do, and she is a homeowner in Hampton, Virginia today.
Shout out to her.
Absolutely.
Hopefully
absolutely.
You watch this video. Shout out to you. I don't know you.
Yes.
I would love to meet you and just kind of shake the hand of somebody who actually achieved something they wanted to do.
No excuses. I mean, you know, all the excuses that we hear that are preventing people from being where they want to be. You know what she even said to me that just really stuck out? She was like, hey, I love shoes. So even through all of that going on, she had to curtail some discretionary spending to really reach her goals. So that's why I love telling her story, because my God, if somebody with 5 kids could do it.
All it is small sacrifices.
It's
a small sacrifice.
Temporary sacrifice for a huge gain. If I could share this, I honestly, you know, to go back to what is credit, I'll tell you what it is. It's the most important thing in life. If you ask me, credit is absolutely the most important thing in life. You see people talking about retirements, 401k, investing, stocks, portfolio, real estate investing. I mean, if you have a 400 credit score, what are we talking about cryptocurrency for?
You're right. It's the basis. It's the foundation for wealth.
Right.
You can't have all these other things without. I don't know anybody that has achieved that level of wealth without having great credit.
Absolutely.
They go hand in hand.
In America, we've got a lot of people with a lot of ambition. I mean, the leaders of our country, you know, the game changers. I mean, I just watched Air last night. I mean, right? So,
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was good.
Oh my God, dude. Well, I'm a big Jordan fan.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
You want to talk about people with ambition. When you have ambition in our country, what that's going to come out to is you wanting to get something that's slightly out of your reach. And it's going to take someone else's resources, usually money, to close that gap so you could get to where you want to be. And people don't see that. So it's like climbing a mountaintop. If you're at the bottom of a mountain, your view of what's out there is going to be limited.
Correct.
As you climb that mountain, your view is going to change. You are always going to need credit to cover that gap. I mean, there's a reason why the richest man in the world had to borrow money to buy Twitter. You know, because he wanted to use someone else's resources to do that. So sometimes people disagree when I say credit's the most important thing. And I'll just ask them, well, what do you think is more important? They might say my parents are more important or my children are more important. And I tell them to go to the bank, grab a credit application, and put good mom down for collateral and see how far we get in underwriting.
That's not cool.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think something, come on, man. If you, bro, if you think something's more important than credit, I bet you need credit for that someone or something. You can't get away from it. You can't out-earn credit. You can't. And I'm sure you've seen people in cash-heavy occupations, you know, maybe let's just pick on longshoremen. Yeah. You see somebody's getting all this cash and they think they can out earn credit, but then that gap, that ambition, they want a house. Then it comes
You can never out earn credit. The world isn't designed in that fashion.
It's not.
It's not designed in that
it's
fashion.
Not.
You must have credit. And the thing about credit is you must use it to get better credit, and people don't realize that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'd rather have your story than a lot of the stories I get. I'd rather see somebody scared of it or paranoid about swiping.
I was literally like fearful. Like I was scared to even invest in credit. But
yes, I'd rather have that than the other end where we just kind of abuse it. Like I was on the other end where I just thought, you know, it was a gift card. But I'd rather have, you know, your story. But people are also, you know, scared of debt. And I would argue that debt is never the problem. In fact, debt is my best friend. But the question is, what are you in debt for?
Yes. What exactly are you in debt for?
Absolutely.
That is a good question. There is a such thing as good debt and bad debt.
Yes. Real estate is debt.
It's good debt.
Absolutely, but it's a good debt. Right. You know, so the highest purpose, so we talked about what credit is. I would say the highest purpose or virtue of credit is that utilize somebody's resources to create something that's going to make you money faster than you have to pay it back. And that's a game changer. For most people, it's going to be real estate.
Everybody, I want to say thanks to Mr. Dwayne for joining us on the channel. If you need any assistance with any credit repair services, how can they reach you?
You want to call 757-568-8100. If you want to follow me on social media, it's @CreditKwondo. Or you can follow me on one of my several handles, Your Credit Daddy, Financial Chocolate, The Big Black Credit Snack, all Instagram handles. But if you have a credit question or concern, come to Credit Kwondo, where we Jackie Chan charge-offs, Bruce Lee late pays, and Kung Fu collections.
Y'all heard it, man. I appreciate y'all for watching the video. Catch y'all next time. Go.